Keys. This is going to be, Mac tweets this out. We always take a look at some of his things. 2 keys for the Browns to beat the Rams. 1, stop Kyron Williams back off the IR last week. 200-plus total yards of offense, 2 touchdowns. And then 2, win the turnover battle. Browns offense still leads the league in turnovers, but the Rams defense not turning it over. They're 30th, only 9 takeaways on the season. So those are 2 things that kind of go together, and like you were saying, those are good things because this offense is they're worst in the league in turnovers. They have given the ball away more than any other team in the NFL, and somehow they're 7-4.
Yeah, just play a clean game. And they really got to figure out what's going on with those run game issues because, like, every game it seems like we have, like, a period of, like, a quarter where we just can't stop the run for whatever reason. They got to figure out what that issue is and solve it. But, yeah, I think that, just playing a clean game is going to be the most important thing that you could do in this one. You play a clean football game. You play good defense. With this kind of a defense, you have a chance to win any game you play.
All right, before I let you go, what does it look like if the Browns do in fact win? What are they doing offensively? What do you see them doing defensively? Or what do they stay away from defensively, maybe more importantly?
Yeah, I think you probably find a way to get a couple turnovers, right? Like if you find a way to get 1 or 2 turnovers in this game, or maybe it might fold out in a way to where 1 is what you need. But you find a way to give your offense some short fields. If you give Joe Flacco and Jerome Ford short fields, they'll be able to have success with that. It's just about getting those short fields, getting those interceptions, those turnovers, and then capitalizing on top of them with points. For the Browns offense, it's going to be about time of possession. It's similar game plan to what it's been with DTR, Joe Flacco, Jacoby Brissett. It's all similar to me. Just first downs, lots of time of possession, playing that style of football, maybe an 18-play, 17-play touchdown drive, but that's kind of how you want to play, and I expect them to be able to do that with Joe Flacco.
Were you surprised that they threw the ball as much as they did against the Broncos, or is that a function of, falling behind 14 in kind of the way the game unfolded?
I don't think it's necessarily a function of how the game unfolded because they tend to throw more. I just think that they feel like in obvious run situations, they're going to have a better chance of success throwing the football because they just don't have Nick Chubb anymore, right? Like, that's the difference. With Nick Chubb, you can run at those 8-man boxes and think you're going to get 4 or 5 yards on first down. But without Nick Chubb, when you do run into those boxes, you end up with 2 yards or maybe 1.5 yards or maybe losing a yard, right? Like, we've done this before where we got a short field off a turnover and just tried to run the ball, ended up losing like 7 yards and then out of field goal range because of it. So I think that they feel like that's a more successful strategy. And if you just look at like how many opportunities were there for these wide receivers in that game, I don't really disagree with that strategy. They just have to do a better job of executing on top of it.